Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today's an update of the currently inked videos, just showing sort of where I'm at in my rotation, what I'm using at the moment. So I've got 7 pens today. I'm going to show them all really quickly. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I hope you want to see what I'm writing with. I hope, I'd love to know what you're writing with, so comment down below and all that stuff. This is all part of the community for me and part of what I really love about it. But let's get started. So today, starting with the Visconti Homo Sapiens, it's still inked up, or it's been re-inked up since the last week. Not sure about the ink capacity on this. I know people have always said it's not got a huge ink capacity, but I seem to burn through it pretty quickly. I know it's a wet pen, but yeah, I think there's got to be, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just not feeling it well enough. I'll have to work on that. Anyway, lovely medium nib. Lovely, just a great pen. I love writing with it. It's broad, it's wet, broad from medium that is. So let's just see how we go. So we have the Visconti. Homo Sapiens Bronze Age in a medium. It's a pretty broad medium really. You'll see I've got a few mediums. You'll see just how broad this is in comparison. The ink here is Diamine 1864 blue black. I love this ink. I love this pen, and I love them combined. This pen is gloriously wet and smooth and broad. Oh, it makes me so happy. It's been in constant rotation since I got it. I love it. The next pen is a pen that's been in a few of my videos in the last few days. It's the Dryad pens, what we're calling the Moondust, but because of this beautiful material. I'm not sure if I can try and get a bit more light on it just there, just show you how beautiful that material is. Handmade pen made in Australia by Peter Dryad, or by Peter at Dryad Pens, and it's a lovely pen. It's feels great in the hand. It's lovely to write with. It's got a nice broad Yovo nib on it. It's really great. As I said, we're calling this one the Moondust for the moment. Now these are custom pens, sort of one of a kind, so this material and this sort of build and design, it's all very, sort of custom or one of a kind, as I said, handmade. But he does such beautiful work, and the pens are absolutely glorious. This is inked with Mont Blanc, Oyster Grey. As you can see in here, it's a lovely smooth pen. Not super wet, but certainly wet enough. Just a really great pen, and one of those pens that, I sort of saw it and went, oh, that's interesting, and knew I had to sort of get one, so I did, and you can see the sort of line it puts out. It's quite nice. Not that different really to the medium of the Visconti there, which says a lot about the Visconti. Next, a pen that you would have seen in a couple of the videos as well. It's the Diplomat Excellence A2 in the Evergreen. So it's a lovely pen. Doesn't need really any introduction. Sits beautifully in the hand. It's a great weight. It's one of those few pens that I can write with for hours and hours and not realise that I've been writing. Just a great pen. A nice amount of feedback. See, if we now look at this medium in comparison, there's a huge amount of difference. This is it's a lot finer. It's not quite as wet as the other either. Another Diamine ink. We've got a few of those this week, and it's green black. I haven't written heaps and heaps with this ink, but I just like it so much. It's beautiful and dark and rich. For me, this is almost the perfect grain. It's just lovely. Okay, moving along. Let's get through these. Next is the Lambi Studio. This is the terracotta finish from this year. I really like the pen. I've done a review of this, so check it out if you're interested. I was going to ink this up with Diamine Terracotta, and then opened up the drawer and saw Diamine Burnt Sienna. I thought, oh no, that's actually the perfect match. And as soon as I put it in there and started writing, I was like, yeah, that's a really great choice. what sets this ink apart is those sort of bright oranges that sort of come through, and then the darker shading. If you've been to Tuscany and Siena and that part of Italy, you'll recognise this colour instantly. It's just, they've matched it so beautifully. I'm not sure if that's a double N. I might have added an extra N there. Oh well, you know what I mean. Lovely sort of wet pen for a Lamy. I think it's quite wet, and this ink is beautiful and wet and smooth. It's a great combination. Leaving my my favourite pens for last, but here we have the Wingsung 626, which is a fine. It's quite an affordable pen, but a really nice pen, and as you can see, it puts down a lovely sort of generous fine line. The ink here is Mont Blanc, Corn Poppy Red. I love this ink. It's red enough to know that it's red, but not so red to make it look like, you know, it's your high school teacher marking you as incorrect or something. You know, it's just nice, rich, vibrant red, but with a lot of dark in it. And in a pen that's quite wet like this, you do get a lovely, rich line. So I'm going to show these two pens at once, because these are two of my absolute favourite pens, and you all know they are. We've got the TWSBI Diamond 580 and then the Pilot Custom 823, two of my favourite workhorse pens. I hadn't had these in rotation for a few weeks and just wanted them both in, so I inked them both up. Let's start with the Pilot now. So this is the Pilot Custom 823, and this is the broad. Obviously with a lovely gold nib on it. It's just beautiful. Ink, another Diamine. This is Soft Mint. Perfect combination of sort of the wetness of the pen and the wetness of the ink here. I really can't talk about this pen in too higher terms. I do have a review coming out of this. It was scheduled for this pen for early in the new year, and you know, it's one of the great pens, one of the great workhorse pens. It's just, you know, there's a reason why it is so well loved. It's such a unique writing experience with that beautiful nib. And yeah, it's just one of those pens that as soon as you write with it, you know why it's achieved the level of fame and adoration that it has reached. And of course, last is the TWSBI, one of my absolute favourite workhorse pens. I think close to one of my perfect pens. Now, there are pens that have cost more, there are pens that might write better, that are more interesting, yes, but this pen, it's so consistent, it never lets up, it has a great ink capacity, it's smooth, it's a good size for my hand. If it could post, I would be so happy. If TWSBI could get their posting right, you know, get this posting down to sort of there as opposed to there, you know, engineer a cap on a pen and a pen that posts properly, and will be, I'll buy 10 of them. But this is what we have, and I love this pen so much. It is smooth, it is wet, it is just wonderful. The ink here is Pilot Iroshizuku Yamabudo. This ink, I actually bought a bottle of it, just a small bottle, after going through 2 samples in about a fortnight. I just loved this ink so much, I burnt through it, and since I got the bottle, this is only the second time, and that was over a year ago, it's only the second time I've had it in a pen. And every time I ink, now I've inked it up, I just think, why don't I use this ink more? It is just such a beautiful ink, and in this pen, like, it looks great in the pen. Not sure how well the camera's picking that up, but it's sort of sloshing around in there. But it's just gorgeous. It's this sort of like rich magenta, purpley pink, really wonderful. So as you can see there, I've got 5 pens from, you know, sort of a variety of makers at a variety of price points, and with lovely combination of inks, lots of Diamine and Mont Blanc, which I don't think is a problem. I think they're great, great inks. Surprised there's no sort of Robert Oster or anything like that in there, but wait till next week. I'll do another one of these videos in a couple of weeks to update you on the rotation, but yeah, as you can see, these are 5 or 7 lovely pens, lovely ink. You know, I do pick my pens and inks quite carefully, and I really want to enjoy them, and I think with this setup I'm going to have a really lovely week or so. So, this is my currently inked at the moment. If you found this video interesting and useful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications button if you want to stay up to date with the videos that I produce. Please feel free to get in touch using any of the platforms listed below. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter. I am at @the_offstage_me. Let me know what you're up to over there. Get in touch if you think there are products I should be looking at, or if there's a way you'd like to support the channel, let me know and we can see what we can do. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you later.